With another video for Play-agricola.com's YouTube channel and twitch.tv/play_agricola. I am playing an EIKWM France Deck G G456 game with Coolala, Bigfoot, and Kiviki. So, looking at this first pile, I see Grain Cellar, and Grain Cellar is like one of my favorite cards. Well, I wouldn't say it's one of my favorite cards. I think it's incredibly strong. The ability, this game is all about like there's kind of diminishing returns for action investment at a certain point, and Grain Cellar makes those diminishing returns like way further into the future. Plus the ability to sow in round 13, then get all your grain back and sow again in round 14, or sow again in round 13 is incredibly powerful. So for me the pick here is Grain Cellar. Okay, next up we have a couple good cards for the Grain Cellar. Field Doctor, namely. Seed Seller or Market Crier should rebound, so one of those, or Sailboat Constructor. So we got 3 cards here that give crops, any of which would be fine with the Grain Cellar. So for me, this is a Field Doctor pick pretty easily. So I'm hoping for something like... what else? Country Doctor would be really good. Of course, Farm Steward, but I'm not getting Farm Steward at past Farm Steward third pick. Audio's okay. Connection looks okay. Good. All right. So we've got Spring Worker here. We've also got Oven Inspector and Baker. So we've got some pretty good cards here, in all honesty. Unicycle Driver is honestly not bad either, because I can link the plow space with, say, the occupation space, or link plow with the grain space, something like that. I think unicycle. So I'm actually where's Damba? I'm actually obligated to take unicycle driver. I don't know if Damba's here or not. What I'm gonna do is not take it now and let it wheel, because I'm pretty sure it will wheel. So I think what I can do is I can take Spring Worker here. Yeah, I think I can take Spring Worker here, and or though maybe I should take Oven Inspector. This is actually kind of difficult because Oven Inspector lets you get food without using an action, which is quite nice. Whereas Spring Worker, of course, I still have to set up getting a improvement. And I don't have my crop source quite yet. And you know what? Spring Worker does... Well, Unicycle Driver makes it a bit more difficult to get the clay oven. I do really like Spring Worker, so I think I can take it here. Okay, Food Connoisseur. Don't really want to play Food Connoisseur with Field Doctor. I want to use my late action to plow, not to be taking food. And unfortunately, Food Connoisseur doesn't work with Unicycle Driver, so it's not like I can clear out the Food Connoisseur in 3 actions. Organic Farmer would be okay if I didn't have Grain Cellar already. Like for Grain Cellar to work with Organic Farmer, I'd need a lot of fields to not have an ugly farm. I could take Fencer here. I think I just take Brushmaker though. Brushmaker is a solid 3-point action at the end of the game. If I have an excess of grade, Brushmaker lets me turn 2 grain into a couple points each, which ends up being pretty nice. Okay, well, Bone Collector is kind of interesting with Spring Worker. So the idea is what I do is rather than baking my grain, I make a cooking hearth, and I get so much of it that I can turn 2 grain into a boar, and that boar becomes wood with Bone Collector. I could also take something like Gleaner here. Gleaner is really good if there's a way to sow fewer than 3 grain at once. Like, for example, it's really good with Bossin. I think it's quite good with Rotten Plow. Yeah. So it's for me, it's Bone Collector or Gleaner. I don't really want to play Grain Seller until late in the game, so I'll take Gleaner here and hope that we get some combo. I'm probably not all that likely to play either, in all like realistically, just because it's pretty expensive. It'll take a lot of actions. So Market Criers came back here, and Market Crier is like the least appealing card for me to play of all the cards I passed there, but it's fine. Market Crier is acceptable. Market Cry once, give everyone a grain, especially when they've already used an action to draft a Market Crier action. So I could definitely link Plow One Field and Grain, although linking Plow One Field and Grain with Market Crier is a little worse because, I don't want to Market Cry repeatedly. The thing about Market Crier is you usually want to do it once, maybe twice. You don't want to do it repeatedly over and over and over. And Unicycle Driver did wheel, so I'm counting this. Okay. Well, Piggy Bank is kind of interesting. Because if I do link Plow and Grain, I can, Market Cry over and over and build use it to get the Piggy Bank. Menagerie is pretty good. We've also got Acreage here. Although I don't really want Acreage with Field Doctor. I think it's a little worse in that scenario. I don't really want Syrup Tap. It competes for my early stone. Bread Paddle would be quite good on the rebound, I think. Yeah, getting Bread Paddle back, I would be pretty happy with. I think I'm taking Menagerie here. Free Point. Very solid card. I guess... Well, no, Drain Pond has an Occupation prereq. Nah. I was thinking, could I round one Drain Pond, but no, it has an Oc prereq, so that doesn't work. Okay. Yes, I'm not sure that I'll play Market Crier. I'm not sure that I'll play Gleaner. But I think I probably want to play the other 5 cards in all likelihood. Yeah, like I can link Plow and Grain, which is pretty nice. Go on Plow, jump to Green. And then it's like, so it's Unicycle Driver with, it takes a little bit more work, but I mean, it's kind of like Field Watchman in that case. Especially, it might give me a reason to plow 7 fields as well. Because one of the problems that Field Doctor has, and specifically the interaction with Unicycle Driver, is using my fences for Unicycle Driver cuts down on my ability to fence covering 8 spaces, which is usually what you want to do with Field Doctor. Cover 5 for your normal points and then 8 spaces with your pasture. Of course, as soon as I use one fence for Unicycle Driver, I can no longer fence 15, I can fence 14, which is still covering a nice amount of space. But if I'm going to play Unicycle Driver, I probably want to build more than one road. Probably building one road is not enough. I probably want to try to build more than one road. So if I'm going to do that, then it becomes fence 13. So 7 up here and 6. So that means I need to cover an extra 2 spaces, theoretically. Yeah. So this is a hand that's really going to want to get Reedstone Food in round 1. Beanhole is very interesting because, of course, with Market Crier, I can get really early access to vegetables, much earlier than you're supposed to be able to. Custom Improvements is pretty good. So the thing I like about Custom Improvements is I can link the Major Minor and say Useful Resource action, and since I won't be start playering that much. It'll let me, it would give me an alternative to start player, I should say. It would give me an alternative to playing on start player a whole lot. Yeah, I like Custom Improvements here. Because I'm probably only going to start player once or twice throughout the whole game, ideally. Wow, Cured Meat is great here. Threshing Machine Plow, not so much, but there is Punter. But this is the only plow I've seen so far. We've also got Open Gate. Open Gate lets me turn a grain into a food each harvest once Grain Cellar is in play. I'm going to take Cured Meat here. Cured Meat plus Brushmaker. It gives me a really good and strong incentive to eat a whole bunch of boar at the end of the game for a bunch of points. Yeah. Yeah, I would like a bunch of these cards, but Cured Meat is what I'm looking for here. I think it's kind of exactly what I want. Be right back. I'm going to grab some more water. Oh, man. Does borrowed plow trigger punter? I guess yes, since it's a plow. I guess it's called the plow. Yeah, I would think so. All right. Cookies is really good with a baking game. The problem is I'm probably only going to use cookies twice. Well, I can only use cookies twice because of Field Doctor. I will only have 2 rooms. We've also got Bronze Oven here. Bronze Oven as a yeah, right. So there were actually 2 plows with the punter. Sorry. Thanks for pointing that out. So the Bronze Oven is interesting because, of course, it's a minor improvement oven, which means I'm not competing with it with the others. Means I can play it on Family Growth. Means I can play it and trigger custom improvements. Yeah, cookies is 1 food for 1 point, and with Field Doctor game, I usually want point ceiling. However, I think I've got enough point ceiling here with custom improvements, Cured Meat, and Brushmaker. That's quite solid point ceiling in my opinion. So I think I can take Bronze Oven here. Yeah. Cookies is cookies would be pretty good, but on a 2-room house, I think 2 food for 2 points is good, but Bronze Oven I think is probably going to be more impactful. Yeah. Like, I'll feed with Bronze Oven for most of the game until the end of the game when I eat all my animals from my Brushmaker. Okay, man, piggy bank is really tempting, but I can't take it here. No, I don't want to play Market Crier. Animal feed though is probably, it could be the pick. Also, we got bread paddle. The thing is, I've got Spring Worker, so Spring Worker is going to give me bake actions, so I don't really think I need bread paddle. Similar issue with acreage. I'm going to plow early. That's the plan, at least, with Field Doctor. So animal feed here is my pick. This pick, this could be Baguette. Yeah, I'm not gonna play interior design. Definitely not. Baguette, if it gets me 1 bake action, it's probably fine. And oh man, so all the plows are gone. So I'll just take punter here. Yeah, that seems okay. I'm actually surprised both the plows are gone out of that pack before the punter. Definitely I'd go the other way, is take the punter first. And I saw this pack 3rd, so everyone has seen that punter and the 2 plows were in the game. So it didn't get picked up until the potential 4th pick. Okay, so I think I'm going to try to set up my unicycle driver. Oh, hey Lumen, thank you so much for the host. I hope your game went well. Does Springworker trigger Baguette? I think you're thinking of Country Table or Kitchen Table. Baguette is pay a wood to bake in the harvest. You're thinking of the whenever you get a bake action, pay something. So I'll read Stone Food here. I'm going to try to set up Unicycle Driver, link the field and the grain space, and then I'm also going to link Major Minor in some useful space because of custom improvements. So that's the play here. Welcome, Rylocren. Let's see if I can do better with Field Doctor today than I did yesterday. I'm thinking real hard here. I have some nice cards. I have to figure out how they're going to interact with each other. That's the... This does look like a fun hand. Yeah, I need to figure out how they're going to work with each other. Hill Cultivator. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh, no. Oh, no. I don't want to have to compete for the grain space. Oh, no. Becoming native? No, no. Hill Cultivator doesn't work with native. They want a different space, yes. But ideally, I would like to link the grain and the... I want to play Unicycle Driver and link the grain and the other guy. That was my thinking, at least. I can link Plow and Occupation, I guess. It's not a bad... The thing is, I don't really want to spam Ox. I don't know. Hey, Maruska. I actually don't really care about the wood, but I'll take the wood here. Yeah. We'll see. Maybe Coolala has Morning Trader. Wouldn't it be great if Coolala had Morning Trader, like one of the best cards? I'm going to be greedy. I'm going to try to plow only after I've got Unicycle Driver set up. I'm going to try to be greedy here. I've also got Punter, and there were 2 other plows in the Punter pack. So if I think, for example, Coolala... Let's say Coolala took Hill Cultivator and then took the Threshing Machine plow. Like, then I'll get Punter in play, and that's a free plow for me. You know, I can do stuff like that. That's my goal, at least. I don't know if it's going to work out, but there's also the passing plow, the one where you have to give wood to the person to your you have to give wood to the person opposite of the direction you're passing. That one. So Punter could be pretty good. So maybe I grow late because of Field Doctor, but if that's the case, I think I'm okay with it. If I set up if I set up like all of my other cards so that they farm for me. I'm really hoping that Major Minor is round 3, because linking Major Minor with 3 wood or the clay space seems nice for custom improvements. Oh, and then just as I say that, well, if it's besides sheep, I guess it's okay. Yeah. Okay, what am I doing here? I think I'm going to play Unicycle Driver here. Could be besides Stone, if the round 5 card is Stone. Yeah, Stone would be okay. Thing is, you don't really want to take that much Stone. If it's besides sheep, that's okay. The thing is, that pushes me to build a fireplace rather than building a... when I do want to build a fireplace or cooking hearth at some point because of Brushmaker and cured meat. Probably a fireplace because I won't push for the cooking hearth. So that is an option for me. Seed seller here for Coolala. So yeah, Coolala's going to hit the one green space a whole bunch of times. Yeah. So I wonder what is coming. I assume Coolala is going to play Threshing Machine Plow. I'm guessing that that's what we're going to see. I really don't care about the 3 wood. I'm going to take the 2 clay here. I think I'm going to link these 2 spaces. Yeah, if I'm going to try to major minor a bunch of times, then linking the clay in the field space seems okay. Well, Cola's going to stop using grain eventually, right? Like, that's got to happen. It's just a matter of time. Yeah, I should just plow. We'll see. We'll see what Koala does. Koala takes a grain again here. That might be Koala done taking grain. Yeah, you're right, Norton Watch. Maybe he will stop taking the 1 grain space. I'm wondering maybe he first picked the straw thatched hut and is planning to he'll cultivate every round because it basically sets up every time he does it's the resources for a clay room. Could be doing something like that. But yes, I do hope that he's going to slow down on the on taking grain for sure. So sheep came out here. Yeah. Yeah, maybe. I don't think it would be first pick straw thatched hut, but maybe. I'm gonna place a road here. You know what? I'm gonna link the. Am I gonna link the clay space? No, I need to hit grain. I definitely need to hit grain, so I'm gonna try it this way. Alright, and then reedstone food again. It gets me a food. Plus it gets me another stone to place another road, so. I bet Kulala's going to play Threshing Machine Plow and sow three grain fields. I bet that's the play here. If he does, I'm really happy I took Bronze Oven. Yeah, I want to see what the round 5 space is. If the round 5 space is stone, I could put a road between stone and major minor. Otherwise, road between stone and sheep is okay. I'm not totally decided yet. Kalala building a cooking hearth here. Maybe Kalala took something like, maybe it's something like guest room, and Kalala is gonna bake 4 grain into 12 food here, and then play guest room. We'll see. The thing is, if he takes wood, that could also be wood just for what I think is going to be a threshing machine plow. It could be either still. No permaculturist? No, I didn't pass permaculturist. Yeah, that's why. That's my guess. Is that it's either there was piggy bank in the game as well, but he would have played piggy bank already. Unicycles in the green field. All right, this is kind of moment of truth here, where we're trying to figure out what Coolala is doing. Piggy bank is out there. Yeah, I don't. Coolala would have played it already, though, probably, right? You wouldn't have waited this long. I'm hoping he takes the 3 wood here because he wants to play something. Oh, Baker. Okay. All right. Well, so his feeding. Yeah, Baker was in the game, and I should have remembered that. Okay, Baker's cool here. And he bakes all of his grain right away. Cool. Alright, and now we've got Bigfoot and Kiviki who are both competing for the first room. Both are able to build it. Bigfoot wins the race, of course, because as long as I keep the start player action. I think maybe what I do is I link Major and Sheep next round, and then I first action take 6 clay, second action build the fireplace, link jump to the sheep. Do I have contract builder banned? Does Kimball ban list ban contract builder? I don't remember. Maybe not. Yeah, it might be contract builder. Would have had to be first pick contract builder though. And wasn't his first pick hill cultivator? Yeah. His first pick was hill cultivator, I think. Okay, Coolala obviously with his cooking hearth could take the sheep. But the 6 clay is good anyway, so I think this is what I'm doing here. I'm taking 6 clay. And then I can second action major minor jump to sheep. So obviously spring worker is not going to be in effect for round 5, but I'll try to set it up. Maybe try to sow in round 7 and play it so that it can activate in round 8. Maybe? I don't know. Hard to say. Spring worker's timing is always awkward for me. I'm not really sure how to play that card. Because of course I want the sow part to be useful. I don't just want the bake part to be useful. So if I get 3 grade, bake 1 of them when I sow in round 7, and then sow 2 of them, then I can bake 1 and sow another, start around 8. So yeah, I guess that works. Oh, Bigfoot's building a fireplace. That's fine. I'll plow jump to grain. I'm fine with doing that. I'm interested to see if Kiviki or if Coolala takes the sheep here. Also, if Kiviki builds a room. Bigfoot decided to build a fireplace rather than go for a room. Yeah, I think what I need to do... The round 5 is so difficult to hit. I think with anything other than Field Watchman, it's really difficult to use the round 5 space. Let's see if Coolala goes for one of the wood actions here again. Or if Coolala's going to take grain to take advantage of his baker. You can look at the play-by-play on this one because I'm very eager to know. Resource Gatherer. Whoa. Whoa. Okay, maybe Animal Pen? Is this Animal Pen? Is this plow whenever you play a miner? I never saw it coming, that's right. I never saw it coming. Yeah, it looks like Animal Pen to me, yeah. It could also be the plow a field whenever you play a miner. That card would be quite good here, because of course he's already got really good access to crops. Yeah, that's the thing, he has so much food he doesn't need Animal Pen, but It might be guest room. I think it might be guest room maybe, but I don't know why you would play resource gatherers there. Also, it looks like I'm getting a really good wood action next round. Which I don't even really need, but I'll take it. I didn't see any of them. I didn't see any 4-ock miners. I'm going to take 6 wood here, just because I can't pass 6 wood. It's too good to pass. Okay, so I think we're going to do clay oven here. Maybe cooking hearth. Do I think the sheep are getting grabbed? Bigfoot will take the sheep. Yeah, so it's probably got to be clay oven. With what stone? Yeah. I'd have to take reedstone food first. Maybe I plow again, or I reedstone food second action. I could reedstone food second action. Okay, so if I'm at 4 family members, and I bake 1 grain to 5 food with a clay oven, spend 1 food on an occupation spring worker, I have 4 food left over to feed in the harvest. Or, if I reedstone food, if I'm cooking hearth and then so bake, I need to bake 2 grain to cover this next harvest. Bigfoot will definitely take the sheep. Okay, so no cooking hearth jumping to the sheep for me. I think I'm going to plow again. Plow, jump to the grain one more time. I can probably get the cooking hearth in round... I could probably cooking hearth jump to 1 sheep round 6, and that gets me 2 food. And then if I so bake, I only need to bake 1 grain. Yeah, I kind of like that. I'll try that. Because I'm pretty sure Bigfoot or Coolala is taking the sheep here. Also, we can change what my... what should my guest be, guys? Guest token be? Is there a there's not a unicycle driver guest token. I guess I'm sort of the pseudo field watchman here, so probably field watchman is a good one. Yeah, I'll be the field watchman. That's basically who I'm pretending to be. Oh, too bad. Coolala is taking the grain here. Isn't that a migrant worker? There is migrant worker here, yep. Pond watchman, taster, wet nurse, chamberlain, vegetable woman, market woman. What are some other ones? This is the guy that lets you build room even if it's occupied. Build room in Reno even if it's occupied in G-Deck. This card is a really weird one. It lets you gain an action. It lets you basically get an advance on an action. Like you get an action 1 round earlier, but then you don't get it in the next round. It's kind of a cool card. Okay, so yeah, sheep are gone. So yeah, I'll definitely cooking hearth jump to sheep next round. And then probably try to plow jump to grain 1 more time. Although I don't get the grain until the end of round 7. Helper? Is that what its name is? Round 7 family growth would make me very happy. That's not round 7. That's okay. Build room major if it's occupied. Yeah. Yeah, isn't that what I said? Or are we just speaking cross purposes to each other? I could take the clay here. I could sow. Thing is, if I sow, I have to take more food than just the sheep. I could be really greedy and try to get jump to 2 sheep in round 7, but then I starve if I don't get that. I could actually play baguette here. I could sow all my grain and then pay a wood to bake after I've harvested. But then Spring Worker's not doing anything for me in round 8. And I would like Spring Worker to do something for me. This feels like a really bad move, but I'm going to do it anyways. This feels like a really bad move. First action, major minor with all these good resources on the board. But I need to sort out my feeding, so... Oh, it's quarry for Coolala. Okay, so Coolala's going to go up to a stone house, I guess, and try to build stone rooms. So that's fun. So resource gatherer getting 1 reed per round, and then quarry every 2 rounds getting 3 stone. I guess quarry every round for 6 stone. Well, 6 stone every 2 rounds, and then resource gatherer gives a reed every round. So that's a stone room every 2 rounds. Does require a lot of actions, but seems kind of cool. So I'm going to sow bake 1 grain here. And then round 7 I can occupation field doctor, which will let me grow in round 8. Should be in front of Coolala, assuming Bigfoot and Kiviki don't build again to get in front of me, which they might. Kiviki might. Especially because he doesn't need that much. Although he does need to put his effort into... Well, not really getting food. Yeah, no, he's going to get enough food with 1 action. Bake 1 here. Then I think my 2 actions next round are occupation. I want to play Field Doctor, but I could also play Spring Worker. Maybe I play Field Doctor in round 8. Because, yeah, if Kaviki's going to jump me again... If Kaviki's going to jump me again, then I'm not growing till round 9 anyways. And then I actually get to use the Spring Worker in round 8. So then my 2 actions would be occupation, Spring Worker, and then plow, jump to grain. Get my sheep here. So then I could plow, jump to grain, and then the Spring Worker is pretty good in round 8. I can bake 1 grain and sow 1 grain. And then I have 2 grain fields, so then the Spring Worker for round 10 and 12 is actually quite good. And then also, yeah, so then that would mean Field Doctor doesn't come out till round 8. Yeah, I think that's what I'm going to try here. I'm really slow playing it on my family growth in my rooms, but... And also passing 6 wood is sad. But we're going to try this out. Occupation Spring Worker here. Yeah, passing 6 clay and 6 wood is usually not good. Hopefully Coolala has time to take one of them. Hopefully Coolala has time to take 6 wood. Yes. I can definitely get jumped by Kiviki. All it takes is 1 traveling player's action for Kiviki, and then he can first action build in round 8. Or Bigfoot takes 6 wood, and then Bigfoot can first action build next round. Well, I think it's pretty safe to assume that Coolala will Reno second move. I didn't pass Lighthouse or anything. I wonder what improvement Coolala will play. I guess I can mark my spring worker rounds. Was Birthwell in the draft? Yes, Birthwell was in the draft. Yes. It could absolutely be Birthwell. Yes. Coolala could absolutely run well here and then start player Birthwell next round. Yep. Now that means that he has to build 2 stone rooms before... Means he has to build 2 stone rooms before he can family growth regularly, but still. This looks pretty strong. Yeah, taking 2 clay, and 2 clay is the cost for Birthwell, right? Yep. Bigfoot family growth goose pond. So I'm going to feed 2 food and a sheep. I can harvest my grain. Spring, bake 1, sow 1. Coolala is saying he's taking a reed instead. Okay, so he's not going to Birthwell here. So he's going to he's going to family grow. He's planning to family growth normally before setting up his other thing. I'm going to play Field Doctor here. It gives me access to family growth in round 9. They all know it's coming, so... There's 8 clay here. 8 clay is pretty good. I could major minor jump to the 2 sheep again. I wouldn't mind the food. Could play custom improvements. Could play menagerie. Custom improvement seems nice. Menagerie would be good too. Gets me extra food. If the 8 clay wheels, I'd probably have to take it, but I'm pretty sure Bigfoot will take it, or Kiviki will take it. They're not going to let it come all the way around. I guess there's a chance Kiviki doesn't family growth. If Kiviki doesn't family growth, then I will, but... is the 2 sheep more valuable than the major minor action? Bigfoot doesn't look like he has an improvement to play. Could maybe upgrade to a cooking hearth, but doesn't care to at the moment. Kiviki with his family growth action, definitely not going to... I don't think he's going to use major minor either. So I think what I do here is I actually do the opposite order, where I take the 2 sheep and then I'll jump to family growth. Or not to family growth, to major minor. So this one, who is this action here? This is the... I don't know, someone that lets you play improvements. It's not like a real obvious one here. I guess the helper lets me play improvements. Animal Farm. Coolala's playing start player Spinny. Okay. So Coolala's going to take 1 stone and then first action build a room round 9 to grow in round 10. And when he grows in family growth round 10, he can also take 2 clay and play Birthwell to double grow round 10. That'll be pretty good. Pretty good. I don't see a spinny greater than 3 read. For coolala? I think he's just trying to secure his build room action in round 9. Because Bigfoot's got Miser, so Bigfoot can build at 1 read. And also Kiviki, well, I guess Kiviki just got the 3 read, but yeah, Bigfoot has Miser and Fence Overseer, so Bigfoot could build round 9, first move. Like custom improvements here. Nice. All right. So I get the first action. I have to first action build this round. So I'll play Menagerie. I could play Baguette, I guess. I don't really want to bake this harvest, though. I'm fine getting the sow bake in round 10. Do the same thing, sow 1 grain, bake 1 grain. I'm so sad Damba's not here. So, full disclosure, guys, Damba used a whole bunch of food and basically said, okay, next time you see Unicycle Driver, I want to see you build around it. So I tried to. And it's going okay. It's going okay. It's going to be hard. I'm definitely in a hard spot. Coolala is going to have a really strong game with the birth well. Now, fortunately, he does have to turn the well in. So that does hurt his point ceiling overall, but I do have some nice wood already. Family growth, play Menagerie here. So second action, I could take 1 vegetable to use my spring worker in round 10. Maybe if the 4 wood doesn't come back, that's what I'll do. Other than that, I don't really care about any of the actions on the board. 3 clay is enough because it's enough for my 2 clay reno plus my bronze oven. That's probably all I want to do the rest of the way here. I'm also keeping an eye out for when the plows are likely to come out, because there are a couple plows out there. So maybe I should major minor punter next round. Maybe I could major minor punter this round even. Punter jumped to 1 sheep. Yeah, vegetable's gone. Coolala took 1 vegetable. Yeah, major minor punter jumped to 1 sheep seems okay. Trigger custom improvements. It is nice if you can play punter after the plows get played, but the borrowed plow means like that's a passing minor, so of course it comes out instantly. Cured meat in case I get 2-0 next round. So I have grain cellar, so I don't really care about taking animals actually. I think this punter is getting value out of this punter would be nice. Yeah, cured meat is an option for sure. The thing is, yeah, with my grain cellar, the plan is have so much grain that I can turn a bunch of grain into all the boar I need for cured meat and brushmaker. Because brushmaker wants me to eat 4 boar, and cured meat wants me to eat 4 boar. So that's 8 grain. So I just need to set up so that I have 8 grain from my grain cellar. Kiviki plays botanist. Yeah, these guys are having nice games, which definitely makes things tough for me. Especially if they have an easy time plowing. If they end up having an easy time plowing, then a lot of my advantage from field doctor is negated. But I do have crops in the ground already, which is nice. Next 5 rounds. I hope he's not putting out 25 food here. That would be kind of broken. I think that's all kiviki's here, food here. So I eat a sheep so that when I take this one sheep I trigger menagerie, so I get +3 food. And actually I don't even need to bake anymore, I don't think, with spring worker. Feed 5, harvest. Yeah, because I'm going to start being able to eat animals. Spring worker sows. Yeah, I think it doesn't need to bake anymore. Okay, so yeah, take a couple clay. I want 4 stone ideally, because 4 stone, of course, is bronze oven plus. I'm not getting 4 stone though. 3 stone would be good. 3 stone would be 2 stone reno plus clay oven. But with the 2 clay house, I don't really care about stone reno all that much. Yeah, 4 clay is okay, because 4 clay is enough for clay oven plus clay reno. Thing is, I do have the reed here, so getting the stone would be kind of nice. So yeah, getting 3 stone round 12 would be nice. There'll be 2 3 stone actions. Yeah. So long as the clay oven is still available, there's no guarantee that that's going to be the case. Yeah, these moves are all like pretty sad now. Unlikely botanist, there will be 2. Oh, that's a good point. Yeah, botanist is in the game. Yep, really good point. 4 clay here. I could play Gleaner here. So Gleaner will trigger once in each of the next 2 harvests if I don't play Grain Cellar. If I play Grain Cellar, Gleaner... yeah, Gleaner's not really good if I play Grain Cellar in this or the next harvest. Coolala Drained Pond. Not Birthwell. Huh. Is Koala trying to save up so that he can rebuy the well, maybe? So that he's not passing Bigfoot Birthwell Drained Well? Or Birthwell Regular Well Birthwell? Kiviki fences. I like 1 vegetable here. Maybe 1 vegetable and then major minor cured meat. Yeah. Or vegetable and then play occupation grain cellar. to do another so bake in the next round. A little late. That's okay, Rylocran. There's the birth well. All right, on start player, I assume. I guess I could also Reno cured meat. In case clay oven is not available to me. I guess the advantage is the disadvantage is I don't get to jump to the sheep anymore, and jumping to the sheep seems okay. Especially because if I keep doing it and keeping it at one sheep, then that is kind of good for me. Not cured meat here. I'm gonna play animal feed here. Let's save cured meat. Show animal feed while I have 4 planted fields. And then I eat a sheep for 2 food, and I'll jump to the 1 sheep and get a sheep and another food. Plus F menagerie. Alright. We're starting to chug along here. I had to give up on a lot of good resource actions, but things are starting to kind of go here. It would be great if I could get 4 wood, but probably I'm stuck with 3 wood on the 1 wood space, because coolala will take 6 wood. Yeah. Yeah, my punter's looking kind of sad right now. I thought for sure threshing machine plow would come out, but someone's holding on to it. Like a miser! Maybe the miser's holding on to it. I pointed, you guys can't see it, I pointed accusingly at the screen. Is my cable here yet? I'll check my email. Yes! Delivered. 245, 254. It actually came, oh, and they even took a picture. That's kind of creepy, and they emailed me a picture of my house to show. They took a picture of like the front door showing that it's there, so that I can't say, hey, you guys didn't deliver to the right house. So I think I don't play Grain Cellar until after Spring Worker gets activated in round 12, because that will be 1 more grain sale overall. Are these guys hungry? Bigfoot just took... I guess there maybe was a bunch of food on traveling players. Just surprised to see... Well, of course, coolala day labor with quarry makes sense. Just surprised to see 2 players go on the bottom feeding spaces this late. And with kind of not early actions, but like relatively early, I guess. To glean or not to glean? Unfortunately, no glean. No gleaner for me. I'm not hungry because I went shopping before I started the stream. I had to get some errands done. So 2 stone, or are we greedy and go for 3 stone? I'll take the 3 wood for now. 3 wood is not a bad action at all. I can't use the 14th wood, but unless I play Baguette, and which I might want to do, actually. It might be fine for me to play Baguette in round 14. Koala rebuilds the well. So not going to build another room. Well, he might still build another room. Ah, here we go. All right. I've been waiting for this to come out. So it was big. Hey, I was right. It was someone being miserly with the threshing machine plow. There is also boundary stones out there, so probably Bigfoot is setting up a cross. Might build one more room, and then, yeah, with Fence Overseer, yeah, build one more room and then cover these spaces with stable Fence Overseer. Yeah, Bigfoot's having a nice game. If Bigfoot gets to stone, it'll be tough for me to beat Bigfoot just because of his 5-room stone house. And the 2 stone gets taken by Kiviki. Okay, so I'd probably have to take 2 stone myself. Or I could Reedstone Food and reno Basket Maker's Workshop. No, Reedstone Food is not enough stone. What am I talking about? Reedstone Food is only 1 stone. I could fence here. Fencing might not be a bad option. There are going to be pairs of animals available. I could also start player. Start player to get access to whatever the round 12 card is. And I will like it either way. Yeah. Start player cured meat here. So I eat a sheep and 4 food. If it's family growth is ideal. What I really want is family growth to come out. And actually, I'm kind of happy that all these guys are fencing so early because it means they're competing for pairs of animals. And that just, I think it just makes my grain seller like that bit better value. So yeah, I still need to play grain seller and brush maker. Otherwise, renovate, get my fences down. I want to see what the round 12 card is before I decide on how I'm spring working. I also have to remember Barred Plow is out there. Hey, family growth, beautiful. All right, so, am I baking at all? I think I'm not baking at all anymore. I'd rather start getting animals. Well, I'll grain sell before I bake, put it that way. I'll grain sell and then so bake. And I still have a baguette as well. And I still have bronze oven too. So family growth is beautiful here. That's exactly what I wanted to see. This turned into a more cohesive game than I thought it was going to. I'm not sure what exactly went right. If it was that Coolala was not competing for actions, so then I got the actions I wanted. Like, it was kind of weird when he was taking Hill Cultivator so much early. Like, that definitely made me afraid. I wonder how he's going to get fields. I would think he's got to have some kind of plow, would be my guess. The other thing to consider is... Oh, Bigfoot's triggering my punter. The other thing to consider is I could fence 12 on small pastures, or I could fence 13 larger. The fencing 13 is appealing because it's more animal capacity, and I definitely want as much animal capacity as I can get. Oh, Kiviki took 1 stone last round. That sucks. So, okay, if I want clay, I'm gonna give up on stone house. If I want clay oven, I need to take 1 stone. However, I could not take the stone and just build the 3 clay fireplace. That's an option for me as well. All right, I'm gonna fence 13 here. I think the extra capacity is pretty relevant. Or am I gonna place? Am I gonna play grain cellar here? I think I play grain cellar here. Yeah. Yeah. Grain cellar getting in play. Getting my sow bake after the grain cellar comes into play is more important than getting my fences down. Because I can get the animals at any time, basically. Yeah, all the animals go right away. So grain cellar, I'm pretty happy with my grain cellar right now. Grain cellar also lets me do silly stuff like with grain cellar, grain goes to 3 food for me with menagerie. Because of course I turn 1 grain to a sheep, I don't have any sheep on my farm, so then it's 3 food. So yeah, there's no advantage to baking with my cooking hearth. I can just convert 1 grain with menagerie that way. But there's also no disadvantage to baking with my grain, except that I can decide on it later. I think I like sow bake here. I don't really want to plow sow, and I definitely want to get my sow bake back in before the next harvest. There's the borrowed plow. Yeah, I assume it is, yeah. So I have 15, 21 grain right now. So the nice thing about my animal feed is I don't need to convert grain to cattle until around 14. So if I convert my grain to 2 cattle around 14, then I can breed them in round 14 and then get an extra cattle for animal feed. Same thing with the sheep. The boar is it's probably worth getting the boar to 5. Although with brushmaker and cured meat, I don't know if I will do that. Bigfoot's playing minor cooking hearth. All right. I think Bigfoot will not play borrowed plow because it messes up his boundary stones. So what am I doing next round? Probably first action fencing. Yeah, probably first action fencing so that I can start breeding animals this harvest. I may as well. I have a lot of grain. I may as well start breeding animals this harvest. Especially the boar. Breeding the boar will be very good for me. So, yeah, so in round 14, I'm going to fence. Sorry, I'm going to need to feed 8 at least. 9 with Brushmaker, 10 with the family growth. So if I eat 4 boar, that's 2 food each, and then 1 food going to a point from cured meat. So that's 8 food. So then I would only need to eat 1 sheep on top of that. So basically the boar in round 4, I'm planning to eat 4 boar in round 14. So that's what I need to set up here. So that's 8 grain. So what did I say? I had 21, so 8 grains. That puts me at 13. So then I have 5 grain left over. 2 can go to a sheep, 1 can go to a cattle. And then I could take 1 cattle. Or I could sow another. If I sow again, that also gives me an option. Probably it's going to be worthwhile to take some kind of animal as well. If these guys pass me family growth, that would be amazing. If maybe Bigfoot tries to miser build one more time because of Fence Overseer, so then he doesn't care about family growth, and of course Kiviki's at 5 family members. Getting family growth here would be really nice. As long as Coolala doesn't start player afterwards. If Coolala start players afterwards, I'll be sad, but if I got family growth here, that would be really good. Yeah, I get family growth here. Awesome. Yeah, if Koala start players after I family growth, I'm going to need defense with my next action for sure. Which I should get, because I'm pretty sure Bigfoot's going to go for another Fence Overseer build. And Koolala's not going to fence 3. Koolala's going to fence 5 after taking 2 wood for Resource Gatherer around 14. So then the only real worry is Kiviki. But Kiviki wants me to fence first because I give 2 wood and Koolala gives 2 wood. So Koolala building the stone oven here. Okay. Makes his bake better with his baker. We keep playing an occupation here. Oven inspector. Okay, it's a free point with well, it's a food for a point for tutor without using an action. Sure. Open gate almost came back to me. I would have loved open gate. Yeah, Kiviki probably saw our early grain strats and thought, awesome. Yeah, Kiviki saw our early grain and thought, awesome, I'll get good payoff here. But then we both built cooking hearse. It was like, oh no! I'll fence here. Yeah. Fence 13 because I can only fence 13 because of my unicycle roads. So, I was gonna reno 3 clay fireplace, but I wonder if I should just reno baguette. If I'm wondering if I'm running out of useful ways to use. Like 3 clay fireplace uses my clay, sure. I could still take the 2 stone. If I take this 2 stone, then I can build the bronze oven. So okay, bronze oven is 2 points better because it triggers custom improvements, and it also triggers. It's also 1 extra point. So taking 2 stone and then reno bronze oven would be fine here. And then I don't have to eat with 1 grain to 1 sheep. I can actually turn 1 grain into 6 food with bronze oven. It does give everyone else bake actions, but Coolala is the only person that's relevant for. And Coolala has baker, so Coolala doesn't care. So yeah, 2 stone into reno. And the other thing is, if I don't get reno here, then I'm threatening double reno next round, so that would be kind of fun. Midnight fencers do not care for unicyclists. Actually, I would think the best unicyclists would also be midnight fencers, right? Because they'd be riding those fences in the dark in the middle of the night. Be like the those machines that lay train tracks where it goes along and like puts it in, and then it goes like it's riding the rails and little bit at a time. That's how I imagine a midnight fencing unicycler. Koala disappear on us. Hasn't clicked start turn yet. Looks like maybe there's fence pressure at the end here. Although Bigfoot has fence overs here, so Bigfoot kind of cares the least about fencing, because Bigfoot can build 2 more stables to dodge fencing. Koala taking 6 wood here for 4 stables probably. Or maybe joinery? Probably 4 stables though. Yeah, I think 2 stone into bronze oven, reno bronze oven seems okay. It would be nice to take start player. But I mean, I'm start playing into 2 cattle, which is fine, but it's not. Oh, stone curator is fantastic here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5-point stone curator here. Awesome. That's really nice for Kiviki. So Kiviki could screw Bigfoot out of renovating by start playing here, because then I can reno clay, and then Kiviki renos, and then I reno stone, and Bigfoot doesn't get to stone. Yeah, that's like the dream 5 rings stone curator. Yeah, poor farm. That's true. So Bigfoot will family growth. Does Boundary Stones come out here? Be a little greedy to play Boundary Stones here, because then he can't first action Reno anymore. I really hope Kiviki start players. I hope Kiviki decides Plowsow is good. Or securing Reno is good. Because yeah, I don't want to go last. I would like to go second rather than last. For no effort on my own. Bigfoot plays Bonfire. That's a way to use spaces. Where does he put it? Does he put it here? And then all he cares about is one more fence and one more potential plow? Yeah. He's got a really nice leftovers. Bigfoot's had a nice game with all his fence stables. Yeah, Bigfoot's going to have a very good score. He doesn't have that many bonuses. I guess he has leftovers, but his improvement score is not amazing. So I have to hope that my bonuses are enough to overcome and my better crop score. Bigfoot Renoed instead of family growth. Interesting. Well, I could start player Bronze Oven here then. Whoops, can't pay for all with random stuff. Fake 1. So, I harvest. I'm gonna get, I have 10. So a breeding pair of sheep and boar is 6 grain. And then 1, so I can't get sheep and boar and cattle. I think I'm gonna first action take 2 cattle. So I think I don't need to take the cattle here. I'm going to turn 2 grain into 2 sheep, which breed. And I'm going to turn 2 grain and 2 grain into 2 boar that breed. And then I'm going to get 2 food from menagerie, and I need to feed 9, so I need 1 more food. So then I can convert 2 more grain to a boar, which I pelt for cured meats. No, I want my brush maker in play before I eat any more cured meats. So then I could get 1 more cattle maybe. So yeah, okay. 9G to HHOOA plus 3 food menagerie. Feed 9. And then breed. And breed. Good. Looks good. And then I'll reno. I want to reno major, play baguette. Get another point from custom improvements. Looks good. We're looking good here. I'm actually liking this a lot better than I thought I was going to. I'll take 2 cattle here. Oh, I can't hold the cattle. 2 cattle's a lot worse when I can't hold them. I think it's okay. I just eat all the boar. But if I eat all the boar, then I'm not eating them for... I don't have them to eat for brush maker. And I don't really want to eat my sheep either. Oh, man. I gotta think here. So I only need to convert, so I have 10, 11 grain, so I can convert 3 grain to a cattle, and then breed them, and then get 1 cattle with animal feed. So I think I actually first action brush maker here to second action boar. Silly by me. This is silly play by me. Play brush maker here. Eat H to pay for it. Whoops. I'm running out of actions, running out of stuff to do. Getting family growth twice was unexpected. So yeah, I obviously want to set up. So if I get 2 boar back, that's the best case scenario. Coolala might take the boar here, but I think Coolala's going to plow sow, right? There's no way Coolala does not plow sow with the field coming in. And Bigfoot doesn't care about the boar except for feeding. And Kiviki doesn't care about the boar except for feeding. Unless, did someone eat all their boar? I don't think anyone ate all their boar. Nice. So Bigfoot gets the cattle. Yeah, unfortunately I had to pass the cattle. I would have liked to have taken the cattle, but I'll get cattle from other sources. Kiviki plays profit. Okay, sure. Hopefully someone's getting screwed out of a end of the game occupation here. That would be kind of cool. And Kiviki's doing it because of tutor, paying 2 food for a point. So yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So cured meat, 3 boar, and then get a food menagerie when I pick up the 2 boar here. Yeah, I could build a stable. Probably building a stable will be good. Then if I want to end the game with 3 boar, yeah, build 1 stable because then I can hold 4 sheep in 1 little pasture and then the cattle in my big pasture and then the boar as 3. So I need to eat 1 more boar for optimal brush maker. Yeah, Koala's not really being very communicative, doing stuff outside of their turn and that kind of thing, which I'm not really appreciating. Like, declaring plus wood after I've announced my first action in round 14, that's not really fair. Because I took a while to do it. Yeah, it's not really fair to take the move and then just make the decision when it's your next turn, which Koala has done a couple times. I don't know if it's that they're not paying attention when it's not their turn, or what's going on here, but okay. Yeah, definitely not paying attention because as soon as I ping them, they respond. So definitely going AFK. Oh, stables are gone. Bigfoot stabled. So no stable for me. I could bake with baguette, but I don't need to. I'm at 8 food already, and I want to cure one more boar anyways, so that's 10 food. Would be kind of fun to build the pottery and then play Gleaner for like a 5 clay action, or even better, Basket Maker's Workshop for a 5 reed. Gleaner would be a 5 reed action if my grain were all at 1, but unfortunately they were not. Kiviki building the pottery here. So bake to deny. Who am I denying? Bigfoot or Kiviki? It's not really that many points for them. Vegetable is 1 point. I'm definitely going to Reno baguette. So the question is, what else am I doing? Am I taking 2 sheep here? No, I don't really care about the sheep. Don't get any use out of them. So bake is strictly better than vegetable, right? It is. Yes, it does deny. So if that's all I'm left with, 1 point here, then that is my best option. There's no 2 stone available. There's no way for me to build the clay oven here. So yeah, so bake and then take vegetable and then Reno. Looks like that's all I have left here. So I think what I'm doing is I'm curing 1 more boar and then converting my 11 grain to 1 cattle. My cattle and my sheep both breed and get to 4 thanks to animal feed. My boar stay at 1 because the second boar from animal feed is not worth anything and I don't have room to breed all of them. Bigfoot never played Boundary Stones, eh? Yeah. Yeah, I guess he didn't have enough stone. It's also possible that he didn't have it. Boundary Stones was certainly late in the draft. It's possible that it fell out of the draft, like Coolala had the chance to take it and did not. Take a vegetable here for 1 point. I will cure a boar. Cure O for 2 food. And then last action I will play baguette for 1 more custom improvements point. I'm just going to do this now. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. And then clay. I can put baguette on my farm for 1 more custom improvement point. So there we go. Here's my final farm. And I feed 10. Not bad. Not bad at all. This is quite a good farm for a 2-room game. 4-point custom improvements, really nice. Okay, a point for menagerie here. No other global bonuses available, I don't believe. But it's going to be tough to beat the 5-room stone houses, especially Kiviki. But Kiviki is missing a lot of points. Missing 2 types of animals. Missing a bunch of crop score. Yeah. I mean, I am at 5 family members, so 5 family members is really nice. Being at 5 family members is really nice because that's 3 points each time. Ended up being pretty good. What are we waiting on here? This end of the game's been kind of slow. I guess the game was pretty quick overall, though. It's just been the end that's been a little slow. Okay, so I have what I score plus 10, 13, 14. So what my final score plus 14. 53, really good. That's a very respectable score. I'm not sure if it's enough to win, but it's a very good score for this farm. Might not be enough to beat Coolala, although Coolala is out of actions with 49 and 0 bonuses. This might be enough to win. Although Tutor 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 plus 5 points. So Kiviki's at 50. It's going to be a really tight finish. I've got Bigfoot and Coolala beat. The question is Kiviki here. The calculating their bonuses. Kiviki's got 3. Kiviki might have like, it might be 53 for Kiviki. Might be 52, 2 5-point bonuses plus 3. So plus 39 plus 13. Man, if I win this game, this is going to have been awesome. 2-room house. Kiviki hit 52. Wow. So 53, 51, 51, 52. GG. So yeah, getting those 2 family growth actions were massive. My draft was really nice. Really nice. Grain Cellar is a fantastic card. Grain Cellar is an amazing card. And it enabled me to set up a baking game, but then get crazy bonuses out of cards like Cured Meat and Brushmaker. And then Custom Improvements was really good too. So hey, Unicycle Driver, we got to shout out Damba. Thank you very much for telling me to Damba. Tell him to add for open. Did he miss open gate? 55, 5, 3, 1, 1. I think though, so 5 is Tutor, 5 is Stone Curator, 3 is Syrup Tap, 1 is Open Gate, and then 1 is, I don't know what the other one is. I assume he counted Open Gate here. 3, 1, 1. I'm not sure where the 3 would be coming from otherwise. I think Kiviki did it right. We can look. He says 39, but he must have had to eat some points maybe. I can ask Kiviki. I think he did. Yeah, I think he did. He said 52 final. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3. So here's the 3 here. Oh, Clay Workshop is the 3. And then 1, 1. Oh, Clay Workshop is 3. Oh, you're right. He didn't add for Open Gate. Oh, Kiviki. I think Kiviki missed Open Gate. So yeah, it looks like we tie for the win, I think. Yeah, because Clayworker Shop is the 3. So yes, Kiviki missed open gate. Although we don't see his final farm, but I'm guessing he missed open gate. I'll put a comment and he can change it if he wants to. GG. Yeah, I won't update it, but if that's right, because I don't know if that's for sure. And he went last, so he wins on the tiebreaker. Yeah, you're right. He beats me on the tiebreaker. Well, you know what? I played a 2-room clay house game, and I tied and beat 2 5-room stone houses. So I'm feeling good about that. Let's take a quick look at the draft here. Three, 4, 7, 2, 8, 8. Brushmaker Cured Meat was so good. Yeah, it was really good. So Grain Seller first pick here, and then Field Doctor over Stone Curator. I took Spring Worker here. Yeah, this pack, I guess Spring Worker is the best pick here. I agonized over this pick maybe more than I needed to. I guess I was considering Oven Inspector, but Spring Worker ended up being quite good, especially with Unicycle linking the grain and the field space. Worked out pretty well. So Turnbar, you got to message Damba and let him know that he has to watch this VOD. Brushmaker here was nice. You'd have a word with Chris. I get synergized in like 50% of my games. Yeah, I got hammered by Synergizer the other day. I guess that was yesterday I got hammered by Synergizer. Gleaner here. Bone Collector would have been an option for building stables. So the idea is with Bone Collector that I'm eating a bunch of animals at that point in the game, like the round 13, to build 4 stables in round 14 to hold even more animals. But the problem is if I'm eating animals, I probably don't need to hold more of them. Yeah, it worked out pretty well. Menagerie first pick here, and then custom improvements at 3.8. Yeah, I'm not surprised this card's power is so high. This card is quite nice. Really, very, very nice. Especially eating a lot of one sheep, though. That's true, yeah. Especially custom improvements is nice here because of I don't want to family growth that many times. With Field Doctor, you know, I'm not playing a lot of minor improvements, so major minor jump to the sheep was with custom improvements was an okay action. Cured Meat is great, yeah. So I got past some really good cards for sure. Bronze Oven here. I took Animal Feed here over Piggy Bank. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with this Animal Feed pick. I was considering Bread Paddle and Acreage, but Animal Feed ended up being quite nice. Baguette, I don't think these picks mattered, and Punter ended up being... Oh, Boundary Stones was in my last pack. Okay. Yeah, no one had Boundary Stones because I let it out of the draft. Whoops. I feel like Unicycle Driver did work, but using the fence is a huge drawback of the card. Yes. I did lose out on potential on being able to hold animals at the end of the game. You're right. Although my food was extremely tight, like I ended with 8 grain. So what could I have done? I could have held one more boar, but the difference between holding one more boar and eating one boar is 0 because of Brushmaker. So yeah. Alright guys, that's going to be all for me. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this little video. If he returns clay, he doesn't get so many points for pottery. Oh. Does Clay Worker Shop have to turn in points for the pottery? That's a good point. Oh, wrong farm. That's a good point. But he did say 37, so 37 might have been after he returns the... 37 might have been after he returns the clay. Yes. 37 is why he showed 37 instead of 39. He did return the clay, I think. Yeah, GG. Alright, guys, that's all for me. Thank you very much for watching. Hope you've enjoyed this little video. Is anyone else streaming right now? Looks like all the other games are finishing up. Let's see if there's anyone I can dump you guys on. You know what? These Lizapalooza guys raided me yesterday, so I'm going to host them. So have a good day, guys.